Hey, y'all say peace and Palo Santo 6. It's your girl Divinely Lika, and welcome to the channel. To all of my returning viewers, hey soul cousins, so happy, so blessed, so thankful to have you back. And to my new subscribers, welcome to the soul family. Just spreading love, light, insight, and helping each other better navigate this beautiful human experience that does not always feel so beautiful. Let's get into the energy, because I ain't gonna hold y'all all day. I just ain't. I'm just not. I feel like I want to start with messages from the universe. I normally don't start with this deck. I normally close with this deck. So when I'm nudged to do something a little different, I'm always interested to see where the reading is going to go. Divine Spirit guides. And, it's like early in the day. I'm always channeling at nighttime. So, a little change of pace. Divine Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the Divine Collective. Clear and accurate messages for the Divine Collective. What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? Gosh. Like, y'all, look how I just did this damn card. Clear and accurate messages for the Divine Collective. What is it that they need to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way or to the way of my platform, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Protect my crown chakra as I get these messages across. And protect and open up my third eye chakra so that I can dive deeper into my intuition to get further clarification of the cards that come out today. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Protect and open up this throat chakra of mine, Spirit, because I ain't got time to be stumbling over my words this whole damn reading. Let's see what's going on. This is the Divine Collective needs to hear and know the most at this time. What is it that the Divine Collective needs to hear and know the most at this time? All right, it says you're going to be celebrating something very special soon. You'll be so full of joy and happiness, it will almost seem out of this world. How suddenly it all happens for you. Be ready for it. Expect it is happening. Expect it. It's happening. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. So some really good positive energy is coming in. I just heard abundance. Abundance of love. Financial security. Hearing genuine connections. All right. It says, it's never too late to start over. You have to trust in the magic of new beginnings. They are waiting for you. Notice them, seize them, and appreciate all that you have. Just relax and trust. Just relax and trust. What's so crazy is when I read the first card, I was channeling the void. Like the void. Like somebody it's like after the storm, but before the blessings, after the storm, after the closing out of chapters and, things of that nature. It's like everything is just calm. It's like after the chaos, but before the blessings. That was the energy that I'm getting. And now I think I kind of look at this last card as a confirmation. You have to trust in the magic of new beginnings. For some of us, it feels like the unknown, like, well, what the hell is going to, like, what's now what, but Spirit wants you to really trust in the magic of this place of where you're at right now, because there's an abundance of blessings coming in. It's something to celebrate. This new beginning is something to celebrate. It's almost like Spirit wants you to get excited for it now. It says focus on what's important to you. Don't give your time or energy to your worries. as this would only amplify them. Focus on what matters to you most. With every thought, you're creating your future. So for somebody specific, you're thinking about a lot that you lost, like with having whatever chapter you closed out. Because obviously, if you're in a new beginning, you went through some type of death and rebirth. There's been some, maybe you're actually coming out of some type of tower moments or whatever it may be. Spirit is saying that get out of this mindset like you failed in some type of way. I really feel like we just have different seasons in our lives, and sometimes we just we're banking so hard that maybe this is going to work out a specific way, maybe this particular relationship, this particular friend group, whatever it may be, and sometimes we just get pushed and nudged in a different direction. But more times than not, it's in a direction that's more favorable, more favorable for what it is that we actually need. But I am definitely getting the energy of somebody who is fixating a lot on, it's like even though there's like so much magic and beautiful energy of this new beginning, I don't even think you're fully appreciating it or seeing it for what it is, because you're so fixated on all that you lost or all that you walked away for or all the time that you invested or into something that didn't ultimately pan out how you wanted to. But it's never too late for us to rewrite our story. I don't care what your age is. Some people will feel like, well, what's the chances of me whatever, and this is why Spirit wants you to focus on the outcome that you actually want. Somebody specific, you could have been a person that maybe you put a lot of time and energy into something, a connection, whatever it may be, and it ultimately ended with you having to walk away, or maybe some type of tower moment, and now you're like in this new beginning, and maybe you just feel like, well, what's the possibilities of me being able to start over? What's the possibility of me being able to actually get something better? Or what's the possibility of me at this age being able to do XYZ? And Spirit is saying, focus on what is important to you. Don't give your time and energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. So if you feel like, I lost everything, I put all this time and I have nothing to show for it, and I'll probably never be able to fall in love again, or whatever it may be. You're amplifying the outcome that you ultimately do not want. And it's natural human response for us to have negative thoughts. We just have to train ourselves to replace those negative thoughts with a positive one. One of my favorite visualizations that I do when I catch a little negative thought creep up, right, or judgment, rather it's me judging myself or maybe judging somebody else. Like, I look at it, even though I don't really know how the dating app thing is set up, but I look at like the thoughts that don't serve me. I just kind of swipe right away from it, or swipe left, whatever. I just kind of swipe it out of my mind and then replace it with a positive. Like, I just look at it like, nope, that I'll acknowledge the thought, but you don't belong here, goodbye, and I just swipe it. You have to train your mind to do that, because what you don't want to do is you have that negative thought that creeps up, then you're thinking on it a little bit too long, because a thought only turns into thinking if you fixate on it and you start putting emotion behind it. And once you put emotion behind it, that's energy and motion. So it's like, you don't want to ever give too much energy to a negative thought. The moment it comes up, look at it like, oh shit, like a damn fly or something that you just ain't got time to deal with. Or when somebody's coming your way with some negative energy and you like, oh hell no, let me hurry to get it out. You have to look at that. You have to look at those negative thoughts the same way, because you ultimately don't want to manifest them. You want to put the energy and the emotion behind the outcome you actually truly want. It says, when you continue to reminisce, replay, or when you continue to reminisce, replay, or hold on to what could have been, you continue to hold yourself in a place of resistance. Let what was inspire a new way of living, but don't allow it to limit and determine what you can be. I promise you, on everything I love, I did not read this card before I channeled everything that I just said. I hadn't read this card. It's so on point. That's literally exactly what I just said. I can feel the energy of somebody who is really replaying and fixating on what did or what could have been. If only this, everything played out exactly as it was supposed to. And quite frankly, we have to get in a habit of kind of looking at things that way, because I think that's what put people in a place where it's like they hold on to some type of resentment, or it just kind of makes it harder for you to heal from certain things. Like some of my worst of times, I can honestly say it was like I was supposed to go through it. I think it happened because it was supposed to happen, but ultimately it's like none of us are above like hard times or investing time into something that doesn't pay out how we wanted to, or a failed relationship, failed marriage. None of us are above these things. It happens. It does happen to people. But, we ultimately, at the end of the day, we ultimately have a choice as to how we're going to allow this situation to affect us. We can either allow it to take our power, or we can allow it to empower us by finding the lesson. And to me, I really feel like I let all of my darkest hours empower me because I find a lesson tied to it. From losing loved ones to failed connections and things of that nature. Like, I find the lesson in it. What is this teaching me? And quite frankly, you always want to find a lesson in something and in whatever, because especially when it comes to these connections, because if you don't really find a lesson that was tied to this person who was in your energy, or to this or this whatever failed connection or whatever it may be, you're very likely to meet the same person in a different body. And that's the magic of a new beginning. The new beginning is, and like I said, I felt this energy of the void. This is like after the bullshit, but before the blessings. You have so much time to sit and reflect on what it is that you were supposed to take from these situations. Use it to really empower yourself. Use it to empower yourself. I wonder if this is romantic for somebody. Let's go a little deeper. Me more, Spirit. It says you are safe, you are protected, the worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set for you. Lessons have been learned. It is safe for you to trust your path. You have to trust. You have to get out of the mindset, whoever this is, whoever's energy this is. This could be you or someone who's in your energy, knowingly or unknowingly. Also, just keep in mind that my readings are timeless, so it can apply to past, present, or future. But I just said lessons have been I just said, like, once you find a lesson in something, it's almost impossible for a situation to take your power or to disempower you if you take a lesson from it. And it says I just want to repeat it one more time. It says you are safe, you are protected, the worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set for you. Lessons have been learned, and it is safe for you to trust your path. Trust that everything went exactly as it was supposed to go. There were lessons tied to it, and quite frankly, I'm just gonna be honest, y'all. Some of the greatest lessons do come in our darkest hours, or come in sometimes some like really hurtful fucking ways. It's like, what the hell, But what I've come to the understanding of is, it's kind of hard to learn a lesson when everything's going right. It's like when you're at your low, those low lows, you'll look for lessons that you wouldn't even look for when everything is going right. What lesson am I looking for if everything's going right? You get what I'm saying? It takes for you to be knocked down, for you to learn some of those greatest lessons. It's just a part of life. It's a part of the human experience. And once you have that perspective that it was like, okay, there was just something I was supposed to learn from this. Goddamn, it hurt it. But it was something I was supposed to learn from this. And I'm so thankful that I did. This is just my perspective. This is how I've actually really I've really been able to come to peace with a lot of stuff where it's just like, I get it. Character development. This, I had to go through this. For the purpose of character development, I had to. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more, Spirit. It says, in your journey, there will be times when you feel lost, confused, lonely, and angry. These are times of transition. You won't feel those emotions forever. You are transitioning to a better, stronger version of yourself. Shed away those unneeded layers and keep growing. Yeah, you're going through a transitional stage. I know I felt that void energy. Like after the first card, I felt the energy of the void, or I just heard the word the void. And it could feel like, it maybe the void can very confusing, because it's like a place of unknown, I don't know why I keep hearing these particular cards, so I guess I'll move on to these to add to the message, and I'll probably close out from here. Just trying to learn how to make things a little bit more sweet and to the point for you all. All right, so this is the deck. It's the Lighted Goal Pathway Oracle cards. Okay, so I'm gonna use these, and bear with me, y'all, as I get through them, because they do have typos. I noticed it, like, I was using them one day and I'm like, what the hell, this ain't making no daggone sense. And I went back to the order that I had placed, and I was like looking at the reviews, and somebody definitely confirmed, like, there's a lot of typos in this deck. But I kind of just learned how to correct them as I read them. So yeah, okay. Let's get into this energy and see what else Spirit wants to add to this message. I'm going to be honest, the shakiness of this deck on computer just drives me crazy. Okay, not as bad. Divine Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest, love, life, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the Divine Collective. What else is it that you want to add to this reading? What else would you like to add to this reading? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. What is it that the Divine Collective's higher self want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that the Divine Collective's higher self want them to hear and know the most at this time? My numbers. 33. It says this is a sign of a highly vibrating transformation. You now have the courage to work out your creativity and self-expression with no doubts. For some of you, you're really gonna almost like heal what you've been through by actually sharing it some type of way. Rather it's like, just some form of like you just being transparent about where you're at. And you know what, y'all, you'll be surprised how healing that can be. Not just for yourself, but to others. To just share what it is that you have going on. There's so many other people that you can find that can relate to what it is. Relate to maybe the stage that you are in your life. And it just feels really nice when you have other people that can have similar things in common or can just connect with you, And then it kind of like brings into reality that it's like none of us are above this. Like so many people go through the same thing. The only difference is all of us are dealing, like, everybody doesn't deal with these pains or pain or trauma or growing pains the same. You know, the major difference is, some people, go through certain things and they have taken the role and stand firm in being a victim. And that's just all there is to it. And then you have other people where it was like, maybe at one point I was, but I took, I took these lessons, I took this pain, I turned it into something very beautiful. It says, be grateful. Be thankful to those who assist you and even to those who are messing your life up. They all come for a karmic reason. This brings you closer to divine. This is exactly what I've been saying. I'm telling you, man. Getting in this energy really helps you find peace. And at the end of the day, it's for you. The peace is for you. So sometimes it's like we do have to apologize. We do have to release people with, not apologize. We do have to forgive. And maybe sometimes apologize to ourselves, for the roles that we maybe have played in our own suffering. But ultimately, it's like people come to us as lessons and blessings, man. I'm trying to tell you something. And to me, even the ones who, some people come just as a blessing. Like the energy exchange is just always positive. You have nothing, you really don't have anything negative to say about a person. And then you have other people that come to you as lessons, but even they are blessings because lessons are blessings. So it really is something to be grateful for. Obviously, it's easier said than done when you're in the thick of everything, but the reality of the situation is, like, there's just certain things that, I feel like some of the darkest of times, or, the darkest of hours can teach you that love and light just won't. It's being real. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more, Spirit. It says, polish your skills. Focus on things and work more. Sharpen your mind with insightful ideas and real practice. Even practice minor tasks. Lastly, brush up your language to get at your best performance. Why I'm just getting this energy of like, you could be like a really great speaker. Like, there are some people who just do a really good job. I know because I'm one of them. It's a Gemini thing. But there are some people who are just really good at articulating their feelings. And to me, I never even looked at it. Like, I'm pretty good at doing that. I really am. Or just explaining a situation in detail to where a person can really connect with what it is that I'm typing or saying or whatever it may be. And I never really looked at that as like a talent. It's like I'm just talking. But there are so many people who really struggle with articulating their feelings and emotions. So, maybe you're somebody who is really good at like speaking. So you don't realize how, when you have that quality or you have that gift where you're able to be a really good speaker, you can be very impactful to people. So with that being said, like, I just really feel like there's you sharing your story, being shared, your story being heard can really benefit somebody. And even benefit you because you'll realize how much better it's making you feel. It says, be honest. Confrontation is needed in this situation. Be true to yourself. Get straight to the point from which has led you to the current problems and solve it. So this happens to fall under the card where it says when you continue to reminisce or hold on to what could have been. I don't know why either. This is like, for some of you, you feel like you maybe left a connection or something behind where you felt like you really didn't voice how you felt. You feel like you left things unsaid. There was more you could have said. For some of you, there's a confrontation between you and somebody that keeps replaying over and over again in your head. And then for somebody specific, I'm hearing like maybe, why am I hearing rock the boat? Like somebody didn't want to rock the boat. Like there were so many things that you feel like you could have spoke up on or spoke up about with a particular person or situation, and you feel like you didn't, based off of like you just didn't want to be confrontational or something like that. But it's like now that you're not dealing with this person, it's like eating at you that there was so much more you felt like you should have said that you never said. That's for somebody specific. It says, watch your steps. This situation requires a more specific and detailed plan before carrying out, as there might be some unexpected occurrences. Be careful so you will be able to complete it after all. It's like, watch your steps, but understand you are safe and protected, because this is, watch your steps actually falls right under you are safe and protected. The worst is behind you. So it's like, you know, even though the worst is behind you, and it's very unlikely that you're going to repeat the same shit, unless you don't take the lessons and apply them. Spirit just wants you to be careful. You know, sometimes it's like, especially when you're in this in the void energy, it's very common, because the void is like after things have went wrong and before things are making sense, things make sense to you. Because honestly, it's like, until you find like that, you know, I feel like when you close out certain cycles, especially with people, it's like different phases or something, you know. And like, it's almost like, okay, boom. Because it does say something about, you know, you could be feeling lonely or whatever. Initially, you feel lonely, especially when you're used to somebody being in your regular day-to-day. You're used to talking to them day in and day out, laying up with them, you know, being affectionate with them, whatever else. And then, like, you know, now that's no more. It's no longer a part of your routine. That can be very uncomfortable for a while, you know. And then at some point, at least in this, I guess all I can do is speak for myself as to how the phases have worked for me, because I do feel like I've been through this energy and I'm already out of this energy. But for me, yeah, I did have the feeling of like loneliness, like, you know, like it just felt like nothing was going on, like life it just seemed, I felt bored to an extent. But you know what it was? Peace feels like boredom when you're used to chaos. I was used to being anxious. I was used to those high highs, and then those little lows, and then being brought back up to those highs again. I was used to those little dopamine hits. Like, I was used to it. So when I first came out of it, it just felt like there was an empty space. Now, mind you, when you're first going through this, you don't realize that that's what's going on. Like, it's not that I'm bored. I'm just at peace, and I'm not used to being at fucking peace. You get what I'm saying? Oh, okay, yeah. You know, I'm at peace. But you know, when you're going through these emotions, because there's on obviously there is a point that I'm trying to make here. But when you're going through these you know, when you're in that feeling of like the void, and it's like you want to get, it's a discomfort. It's a feeling of discomfort when you first close out a chapter, even though it's like it can be a breath of fresh air to an extent, because it's like, okay, you're not dealing with the the day-to-day stressors that maybe you were dealing with before. However, it's like everything just kind of slows down. Like, I don't know, like exactly like I said, like it's like a feeling of like boredom. Like there's nothing really going on, and you kind of get like this anxiousness, at least for me. I had like this anxiousness to like, okay, let's hurry up and let's hurry up and fast forward to when everything makes sense, or when not really understanding that I'm in a place of like I really need to sit and reflect. It's like I wanted to hurry up and jump into something because people want to distract themselves. You want to distract yourself from discomfort, the discomfort that you're feeling. If you're bored, you're going to try to do things to fill the time. But when you're doing it from a place of you're just trying to hurry up and get out of a discomfort, sometimes you make a step or do something, a little bit too fast without thinking, and you kind of put yourself in a effed up situation. So I kind of feel like this is where the watch your steps is coming from. It's more so, maybe somebody can have like this antsy feeling of, just being in that place of the void. And it's like, well, I got to hurry up and get into something. I like, well, where's my person, or where's my partner, or where's my financial abundance, or where's my whatever. And I don't know. Spirit's just saying, be mindful, watch your steps. That may have made sense to somebody. It may have made sense to nobody, but I tried. Fucking tried. Okay. Let's do one more here. Let's do one more here. 7:17 on the timer. 7:17. It says, get it all done. Only a few more steps and you will accomplish. Once you're finished organizing your ideas and plans, immediately put them into practical work. Okay. Well, collectors, this has been your message. If this at all resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is just a beautiful way to energetically donate back to the channel. And it's also a beautiful way to help me channel for you in future readings. I love you all so much. And